Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well. I hope you are enjoying your time at home and enjoying your week. It is Wednesday, March 25th, and we are going to sit down today and go through our work and our packet for what we should be doing today at home. Before we jump into that, I wanted to let you all know a little fun fact. It is National Tolkien Reading Day, and Tolkien is an author, so he's written several books. If you want to learn a little bit more about him, you are more than welcome to be a researcher, and look him up online, what you can find out about him. In honor of National Tolkien Reading Day, I thought we could all try to make sure we are reading at least one book that is not a book that we are reading for our schoolwork. So maybe a fun book that you have at home, or a book you have in your book baggie that you really enjoy reading. Just pull your books out and make sure you are reading today. You can read to a friend, you can read to your mom, to a sibling, whoever you want. Just make sure you are reading and showing your honor of our National Tolkien Reading Day. Alrighty, jumping into our packet, we are going to look at literacy and module first. So the first thing you need to make sure you are doing today for literacy is reading in your book baggie or on the list of books that is provided on our CMS packet right here. You've got a list of books that you can click on when you go on the online portal. It'll take you right to them. So you need to make sure you are spending 20 or more minutes reading from your book baggie or one of those books on that page. That's on page 1 of your packet. Now, your book that you choose can be fiction or it can be nonfiction. So we're going to talk just for a minute about what is the difference between those two things. So a fiction book is something that is made up, something that may not be real, that the author has come up with in their head. And a nonfiction book is something that is real. It's telling a life event, a place, a person, anything that is real that the author wants to retell us about. So you can choose a fiction or a nonfiction book to read. And after you have read for 20 or more minutes, you are going to find let me make sure I'm telling you the right page 7 in your packet. It looks like this. There is a page for nonfiction and a page for fiction. And you are going to go through and fill out that reader's response journal that is on page 7 of your packet. After you have done that, you can move into your word work. And during our word work, we are going to be spending some time with our cycle 13 words. And we have several words for cycle 13. It is at, had, ham, map, sat, an, wag, ran, sad, van, am, rat, lap, add, and mat. So we've got a bunch of words in our at family, our app family. I heard some add family words in there too. So we are focusing on our cycle 13 words. And when you jump into your packet, you can find those words on page 8 at the bottom. You're going to find cycle 13 and your words will be listed right there that you will be using for our word work time. During this time, you are going to have a friend, a family member, maybe your mom, your dad, a sibling, call out to you each of these words. So our first word is at. So they're going to call out the word at to you. And on a blank sheet of paper, you're going to grab a plain sheet of paper, and you are going to write your word at. At. So I would write A-T, at, on my paper. And if you want to change it up a little bit, if you don't want to just write with a pencil and a piece of paper, feel free to maybe do your rainbow writing or just use any color crayon marker that you have if you want to make that a little bit more fun. If you have stamps, feel free to stamp out those words. But you are making sure you're practicing every single word on that cycle 13 list. and you're going to have a friend or family member call those words out to you as you write them or stamp them or rainbow write them on a plain piece of paper. Alrighty, we're moving on to our math time. So if we look in our packet, once again, whether you're online or if you are looking at a printed out packet, we have got on Wednesday 3 activities that we are focusing on for math. So the first activity we have, all of these are adding and subtracting. Just so you know, we're looking at adding and subtracting. Activity 1, you are going to collect 2 different groups of objects. So you're going to go around your house, you're going to look around and see what you can find that you may have multiple or a couple of those things in your house. So what I did is I went around and I found a group of pens and I found a group of change. So I have some change and some pens. And both of your groups, you need to make sure that they have less than 5 items in them. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've got 1, 2, 3 in this group. So what you are going to do for activity 1, you are going to take your 2 groups of objects that you have found and you are going to put them together. So I'm going to put them together right here and I'm going to count. How many do I have all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got 7 objects. I'm going to put them back down. I'm going to separate them. So I'm going to put my pens together and I'm going to put my coins together and I'm going to take one object from each group and put it to the side. After I've done that, I'm going to start over just like I did in the beginning and put all my objects together. And now I'm going to count them again. How many objects do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I have 5 objects. I'm going to set them back, separate my pens over here, my coins over here. I'm going to take one away again, put them to the side, and start over. Put my 2 groups together. If I can pick this up. Put my 2 groups together and count them again. So you're going to keep doing that with objects in your house. Make sure your 2 groups have less than 5 objects in each group. After you have done that first activity, you are going to move on to activity 2 where you are recording what you just did. And you are going to use 2 sentence starters. So we're going to flip back to page 5 in our book and you will find 2 sentence starters. There's a sentence starter here and then one below. And it says, I counted blank all together. Then it says, there are blank in one group and blank in the other group. So using those 2 sentence starters, you're going to write them down on a piece of paper and you are going to fill in how many do you have all together and how many do you have in each group when you separate them using that activity that we did in activity 1. And for your last activity for math, activity 3, you are going to be looking in your Envisions workbook at pages 201 to 229. And you are going to pick 2 pages between 201 and 229, and you are going to work on 2 of those workbook pages in your Envisions workbook. Alrighty, now that we have gone through math, we are moving into our final subject, which is science. And in science, we are going to be working on physical characteristics. And physical characteristics are different things that you can see and observe on an object. So if I wanted to observe this pen, the physical characteristics of this pen would be that I can see it is blue. I can see this pen is kind of small. This pen isn't making any noise, so I wouldn't say I can hear anything from this pen. But those are just a few physical characteristics that I can see and observe about this pen. What I want you to do is you are going to walk around your house and you are going to observe some different things in your house. And you're going to write down, what do you see? What do you feel? What do you hear? And what do you smell when you look at these different objects? After you've found a few objects in your house that you have looked at and observed all the physical characteristics of, you are going to either find a picture, or if you have your own dog at home, you're going to observe a dog. And I have a dog right here with me. This is my sister's dog, Benji. This is Benji, and you are going to get to look at a dog. So if I am observing Benji, I would say she's soft. She's pretty quiet right now. She's not barking. She's pretty quick when I watch her run through the house. So you are going to get to observe a dog. If you don't have a dog at home, you can look up a picture, you can look up videos of a dog, and you're going to observe what physical characteristics do you see when you look at that dog. Alrighty, you guys, well, we have gone through our different activities that we are going to be working on today. I know you are all going to work super hard. I look forward to talking and seeing you all soon, and I hope you enjoy your Wednesday. So I'll see you all later. Bye, you guys.